This has been such a fun project, and I'm so glad that you guys have absolutely loved the toilet video. Such a funny video to enjoy, but I mean, there's so many people out there that love composting toilets, and they're so expensive that making your own just makes sense. And they can look really fancy too. They don't have to look terrifying for your city friends to come and use. So we ended up picking up some plywood, and I've seen someone cut the plywood in centimeter strips along its length, and then you wet it and you're able to actually bend it, glue it all, and it stays in place. So I'm going to attempt to do that. The plywood piece that we got is actually really large, so if I make a mistake the first time, I'll hopefully be able to have another chance to do it, but let's see if we can get it the first time around. What we need, tape, and go from there all around to go from the end to. So Sam's just about to cut the plywood piece for me that's going to transform our toilet from just being a lot of slats to something quite modern and beautiful. Watch as I turn this from just a very straight piece of wood into something that can be curved around our toilet base. So every centimeter I need a cut.
Okay. That's my measuring tape. So that's 12 mil ply, right? So how deep does each cut need to be?
You want to leave a couple at the end.
So you want what? Like you want half? Because that's 12 mil, right?
Yeah.
So I can cut 6 mil and the cuts will be halfway in.
Yeah, well, we can start with that, and then if but it's a lot of hassle if we need to do it again, don't we?
Well, it's more that if we need to do it again, what's more likely to happen is that I'll come in and I'll add a couple in between.
Okay.
But it's going to make it weaker.
Yeah, do half.
I mean, I could do 7 mil. Let's do 7 mil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just fiddly.
It is.
When we first attempted this project, we were very hesitant to break the ply, so we made two big mistakes. We cut too few lines, and we didn't cut nearly deep enough. For the bend to properly happen, we require twice as many gaps and probably twice as deep of a width. There should only be about 2 sheets of ply left, that's 2 millimeters left in the 12 mil ply for the bend to happen.
Let's see how we go.
So now, a good couple of months later, we can take on the project again with a bit of time and take another crack at it. This time with much more promising results. Yes. How good is that?
Awesome. Perfect.
So, this bit comes out.
Oh, nice.
I'm pretty sure I need this board at the back though.
Well, let's have a squeeze them. They're not breaking. Well, it it doesn't fit properly.
So it's off the edge here.
Oh no, we just need to pop it in. Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Though we got the plywood to bend as we wanted, we came across another problem. The seat at the top of the toilet no longer fit properly and left a huge gap, which seemed bizarre as it was the same measurement as the piece at the bottom.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, see how the edges have popped out now?
Is it popped out on your side?
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like it's all the way back. Unless it's supposed to be the other way around.
What do you mean?
See, like, there's a gap.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's so different down here. I can always cut a new piece for that.
Might have to.
If that's, yeah.
You might notice my slight frustration as I realise I'll have to cut a new piece to make it work. Regardless, we settled on a plan and got to screwing and gluing this toilet together. I love the seamless look of the ply. Once it's all sealed, it will look practically like a real toilet, and though doing the ply was time consuming, it was fairly easy to do. You just have to get past the fear of it breaking.
So, I have great news about the toilet. It turns out that the piece at the top did actually fit properly and does go all the way around. But what happened is, for some reason, the box was tilting to the side, so we just had to push everything forward onto this join here, and then everything fit just fine. So that's awesome because I don't have to cut out a new piece, and I can actually start sealing the outside and the inside, waterproofing it all, painting it, and then starting to actually attach together all of the plumbing bits. So I'll show you guys what it looks like inside now, or the whole way. So there's the toilet, sturdy as. That's the top, and then that's all the liquid nails on the inside to keep it together. Let's give it all a clean up. Alright guys, I am determined to get this toilet finally plumbed so that I can use it tonight. Although realistically, I probably won't be able to use it because I only know how to put the things together rather than glue them together, but I'm sure we can work something out. We went down to Reese's today and the girls at the Bega showroom were so helpful. They helped us to kind of piece together a system that might work based on what we told them. So I am planning on using this as our urine jug. We do have a larger solution for our compost toilet 2.0, but we can't use that yet. So I think this will do because it fits the space. And then you guys know that we've got our urine separator. This is so that we can keep the solids and the liquids separate, which is going to not only make cleanup a lot easier, but also reduce the smells. And so my challenge now is to connect this to this without things going everywhere. And so that's why we went down to the Bega showroom and we got a few things that should work and come together. Now I did have a look whether this hose would fit onto this fitting, and it won't, but it might fit onto this one, which it does. So I might have a look to see if we've got a connector, whoops, that connects this to this part, because it looks like just one fitting that'll do that, and hopefully it'll just sit like that. I don't know. We also have a restriction in space in here to work with around the bucket. So yeah, we'll just see how it comes together. This is all an experiment and a bit of fun. All right, so my first job is going to be to shave down this part here. If you can see, it's kind of thick on the end, which is preventing me from being able to put this bit on. So yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna shave it down, but I'm sure there's a tool that'll help me do that. Woo! Did it. Just gonna do this. Yes. And where this is going to all go. This bucket. You know, how far forward this is going to sit in comparison. Alright. Can like go further back, yeah. Okay. Can go like that far back. Oh, sorry guys, you can't see the gap I'm talking about. There's the gap. But that looks good. One here. Soon I'll be 23 and there ain't no one. Whatever I end up doing at the front, look at that, has to be able to still fit when I close. So you've got some pretty tight parameters to work with here. So I ended up finding this bit, it's like an elbow, which could potentially mean that we can kind of like flick this back and then connect this bit to it. So then it'll, but see, that's too long already. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Got some tight parameters. Guys, I told you I was determined. I ended up going down to the plumbing store and I got one more bit, this one here, which actually fit everything together perfectly. So good. Sam also has this bit, but it fits a lot better. So I might even use that instead because, I don't know, this is all a bit elongated. Unless it screws together easier and I'm just doing it wrong. But let's see it all come together. Oh, no. All right, that's fine because that just means pushing this back, which is fine because that's a bit too long. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. So I mentioned Sam had one like this as well, and I actually replaced my one for his because it fits a lot more snug. I think it's even able to go further, but even like this, it already reaches down, which is awesome. That's what we want. You guys ready for this? Woo! And this sits there. That's so good. Let's put on the toilet. And when we want to empty it, clearly that'll all be attached. Just lift up. So good. Of course, as you can see, there really isn't a space for that urine pot. That sucks. Cool. So the verdict is we're one step closer as far as the hose part goes. Like, we've sorted that out, but now the hose sits far too low to have a container, which means we are still probably going to have to go under the bus for this to properly work. That also means we can use our bigger container if that's the case, and if anything goes wrong, it's all gonna run outside. But I don't know, but the issue with that is how to actually mount this to the bus.